Crypto has been on a death spiral, and Terra UST is currently worth 92 cents. This is a big problem. This is a stablecoin. It should be worth $1. And yesterday, it even went as low as 66 cents, causing market panic. And due to this entire fiasco, the price of Terra, the coin backing UST, had a major crash. Yesterday, it went as low as $24, currently sitting at $31, down 46% over the last 24 hours. And this is not just about Terra and UST. This is about the entire crypto market, including Bitcoin. And of course, whatever happens to Bitcoin usually happens to the rest of the market. So this is much bigger than just UST. So in this video, we are going to cover what happened and what this means for the future of crypto. So let's take it back to the beginning. Welcome aboard the Bitcoin Express. My name is Chase. Let's get to it. UST is an algorithmic stablecoin that is not backed by dollars in a bank account, but instead backed by crypto, in this case, Luna. And in order to maintain the peg, Terra is either burned or minted, and arbitrage opportunities are presented in order to keep it at $1. When it comes to a centralized stablecoin, it's pretty easy. You have $1 in a bank account or a dollar-backed asset, it's going to maintain its peg. But with these algorithmic stablecoins, they can run into many issues. And the crypto market has been looking for a decentralized algorithmic stablecoin for a long time now, except it's very hard to get one that actually works. In the past, we had DAI, and we thought DAI was the answer, a decentralized algorithmic stablecoin, until the famous Black Thursday crash of 2020. And then from there, Maker decided to add USDC as collateral. USDC is actually a centralized stablecoin, meaning that in the end, DAI is a centralized stablecoin. It's much easier to maintain a peg with a centralized stablecoin. With a decentralized stablecoin, a lot harder because crypto is so volatile. So if the coin backing a stablecoin has a major crash, then that stablecoin is going to lose its peg. So we have Terra UST, a algorithmic decentralized stablecoin that was working up until now, of course, but we'll get to that a little later. Well, how do you get people to use this stablecoin? Well, you need to give them an incentive. And the number one incentive was depositing UST onto Anchor protocol and getting 18 to 19% APY, which is very high for DeFi. Now, the thing is, we have seen stablecoins in the past that were algorithmic or decentralized, except they only worked for a short period until they were attacked or they fell apart. Whereas with UST, it has maintained its peg for the most part and been earning 19% APY on Anchor protocol for more than a year now. So people started to look at this thinking, maybe we have it. This is the answer. From here, we saw Terra go into the top 10 cryptocurrencies. When we look at Terra, it's not about NFTs. It's not about any crazy decentralized applications or exchanges. The main thing that put Terra in the top 10 was this algorithmic stablecoin. This is a very big deal. This is what the market wants. So it was at one point in the top 10, but of course now it has dropped to number 14. We'll see how much lower it can go. But even with UST working, maintaining its peg and earning interest, Do Kwon, the founder of Terra, understood that this does not mean that UST is safe. We're still dealing with crypto, algorithmic stablecoins, which could crash at any moment. So in order to defend the peg, in case there was an emergency in the future, Luna decided to buy billions in Bitcoin. So they actually have been some of the largest buyers of Bitcoin over the last couple months. And there were a lot of critics saying, hey, we get what you're doing. You're buying Bitcoin in the event there's an emergency, but this is not going to work. This is not going to end well. So Luna continued to buy billions in Bitcoin. Now, fast forward to this past Sunday, this is where things really went south. A single wallet sold $285 million worth of UST on Binance and Curve. So after this sell on Sunday from this unknown wallet, maybe we'll find out in the future, people started tweeting about it. There was a tweet by Dennis Porter, which right now seems like it was deleted. I actually was looking for the tweet. I could not find it. I can only see it in this article. And Terra UST broke down to about 99 cents. And he tweeted, look, UST is in a free fall, but people were criticizing this tweet because 99 cents isn't really a deep peg. If something is supposed to be worth $1 and it's a stable coin, if it goes to 99 cents or $1.01. This is not that bad, but people were spreading this across Twitter. And of course, we know what happens when people spread things across Twitter. It starts to circulate and then panic enters into the room. So there is a tweet put out there saying that this was a coordinated attack. Someone sold off this UST and then they spread it to the market through Twitter, causing a major panic. So whether this was a coordinated attack or not, it doesn't really matter, because in the end of the day, these systems are supposed to be robust. They are supposed to be built to defend against attacks. So right now, not looking too great for UST and Terra, which is why we can see the price of Terra crashing, one of the biggest loss leaders over the last couple of days. So following this fear of this big sell-off, everyone else eventually found out, and billions of UST started being withdrawn from Anchor Protocol, and the price for this UST peg continued to decline. Like we said, went as low as 66 cents, right now back at about 92 cents. So remember that Bitcoin we spoke about that Do Kwon and Luna bought in order for an emergency? Well, this is the emergency that we were talking about. So Do Kwon went on Twitter yesterday and he said the LFG Council just voted to deploy 1.5 billion in capital. Well, what does this mean? What it means is that they're going to liquidate Bitcoin, sell Bitcoin in order to buy UST to raise the price of UST. And of course, as we know, when there's a large sell-off of an asset, it drops the price. And if it's Bitcoin, it's not the best thing, because we know for the most part that the market follows Bitcoin. So if they're selling Bitcoin in large amounts in order to buy UST, this can cause the price of Bitcoin to drop, which can then cause the rest of the market to drop. So yesterday, Terra sold $750 million worth of Bitcoin in order to buy UST. And here's the thing. This whole entire situation, it's still not over. As I make this video, the price of Terra is at 92 cents. So they're still trying to defend the peg. Right now is a pretty crazy day in the market. UST, this stablecoin that we thought was going to hold its peg, it did break down, a free fall all the way down to 66 cents. And now all of this Bitcoin that they bought, it looks like they're going to liquidate it. And if they're liquidating Bitcoin in large amounts, this can cause fear in the entire market. So today is a very interesting day, a very volatile day in the crypto market. And on top of this, there are a lot of people saying that this is what's going to cause governments to jump in and bring regulation to stablecoins, because we tried to have this algorithmic stablecoin, which I still hope we can get in the future. I don't know if we're going to get it, but now governments are going to be looking at this saying, hey, you guys want to do this? This is very dangerous. People lose a lot of money, and they're going to step in and regulate it. Now, the thing about Terra and UST is I'm not sure what happens even if they regain this peg. Even if UST goes back to $1, will people want to buy UST and deposit into Anchor Protocol? I mean, think about this, right? After what happened right now, would someone feel comfortable buying $100,000 worth of UST or $200,000 worth of UST and depositing it onto Anchor Protocol? I mean, the whole thing about stablecoins is people go into stablecoins for comfort and stability. But if this is possible, I'm not sure what's going to happen, right? I'm not going to sit here and tell you that if they regain the peg, everything is going to be fixed, because I don't know how the market is going to react. I do hope that UST regains its peg and Terra recovers. But like I said, even if it does, I don't know what this means for the future of Terra and UST. Now, with these governments likely entering, right? They're seeing what's happening right now. They're going to use this as an excuse to jump in the space and regulate crypto. It also seems like there's going to be a big push for CBDCs, centralized digital currencies, which I think is a horrible idea. And if you want to know why, go ahead and watch this video right here. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time.